Warning! This podcast contains enough spice to make your grandma's chili seem like vanilla pudding. Listener discretion is advised. Your episode begins in 3, 2, 1. I love our song. It's so cute. Hey, welcome to Lusty Library podcast.
We're back.
If you're listening, you need to stop right now and make sure you've actually listened to part 1 of this episode. This is part 2 of our Heated Rivalry episode. If you haven't listened to part 1, go back to episode 44 and take a listen there. Just in case this is the first time you're listening and you are a psychopath, I am Birdie, your hostess of the mostest for today. And on my right, you can't see her, but, you know, she's here. Lex.
Hello.
How you doing, my lovely co-hostess?
Fantastic. And I can't believe we have so much content for this one.
Joey, are you ready to hear me talk some more about Heated Rivalry?
No! Why are you making me do this again? This is the first book that we've done in the podcast that has been 2 episodes.
I know. I have a lot to talk about, Joey.
Mother of
So
pearl.
much.
I'm not sorry. Well, my 2 lovely co-hostesses have agreed to allow me to continue to wax poetic into your ears about this book. Just for some context, folks, you are talking to 3 very different people right now. So, Joey is your romance novel connoisseur. She has a PhD in romance novels. Lex,
Yeah.
over here, avid smut format consumer maybe, but not quite as heavy. But also you come from art school, film specialty, photography specialty.
Yeah. I would say I just have dabbled around in all kinds of medias. A lot of comic book reading, a lot of manga reading.
But you do also write film reviews.
Oh, I do, yes. I contribute for another site, forcesofgeek.com.
Nice. Nice.
Name drop!
Just throw that right out there.
And then myself, this is my, I don't know, I'd have to actually do a count, like 55th romance novel specifically. I used to be an avid reader when I had a New York City subway commute. Any other time, I was not, because I did not understand how to find the time to consume a book without falling asleep. Reading makes my eyes very tired.
Audiobooks.
Then when Joey asked me to do this podcast, she was like, I'm going to convince you to be a smut reader. Come do this podcast with me. And I was like, oh, fuck no. Fuck you. 50 Shades fucking sucked. I read 1 chapter and it was shit. So now I'm a sucker.
Yep.
And I had to consume them somehow to meet the deadline for our recording date. So I started getting into audiobooks and I'm fucking hooked. You can't take it out of my veins now.
You know, and I think unless you go ahead and read yourself a romance book, you don't know what you don't know. And I think everybody has these preconceived notions if you've never read what's out there now done by these authors. You're thinking it's Fabio on the cover of a Harlequin novel that your grandma had on her freaking nightstand.
Exactly.
There's such a variety now, and there's a little bit for everybody.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it was a much more streamlined offering.
Right.
Look at all these adaptations that are happening. This is a prime example. I never thought in a million years I'd see something beautiful as a male. Like that is Rockstar.
Yes.
But all these romance books are now getting Netflix series. They're getting major movies. And this has been happening for the past decade. As every minute progresses that we're talking about this, I don't know if I'm in awe or fucking concerned for your well-being.
No. My therapist approves of it. It's positive content.
Great. Okay. I've known you for 8 years.
Mhm.
I've never seeing this, and I'm kind of confused.
My husband has started sending me texts in Russian.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he knows that that's how he's gonna get my attention.
I think my interest was piqued the last time I saw you, and you said that you and a mutual friend of ours were going to a hockey game?
Yeah, so we actually went to a Providence Bruins game.
Amazing.
I regret to inform you we did not get there early enough for practice time on the ice. We fucked up.
Oh,
Shame,
dude, you
shame,
fucked
shame.
I
up.
know. I was in a rush. I was actually coming from a recording, so it's your fault. We missed the practice. It sucked, but it was great. It was so fun to watch it after, like, being in this mindset.
Mhm.
I mean, I also do actually like watching hockey. Like, this is not my first hockey game that I've been to. I love blood on the ice. I love watching them fight. I also do like watching, like, UFC and stuff like that. So, like, this all tracks. I read some stats somewhere. You don't have to fact check this elsewhere, but, like, apparently NHL is trying to milk this too.
Oh,
Of
who wouldn't?
course, it's money. They're gonna milk it.
Apparently, ticket sales are up 40%.
It doesn't surprise me at all. The thing is, are they getting to the ice and realizing that most players don't look like?
No, some of them do.
Not for long.
Well, maybe. Don't smile. Yeah.
But there was a point when they were talking when they were kissing, and I think Shane said, ran his tongue across my teeth that were now all fake because they were hit out of my mouth at one point.
I don't remember that part, but I do
I do.
remember
It was
like
funny.
them talking about Ilya's teeth and about how half of them were fake.
Yeah.
And I was like, ew, I don't actually want to think about that.
My amazing boss, who's one of the coolest chicks that I know, she was taking a flight down to Florida, and she had mentioned how her seatmate happened to be another woman who was watching gay porn.
No.
I was wondering if she was watching Heated Rivalry.
She probably was.
And because now I want to show her videos of the show and be like, was she watching this?
Right.
If this has become that crazy of a sensation.
Well, it is on airplanes because I do have a friend that recently took a trip and was like, oh, I'm going to watch Heated Rivalry on the plane. And I was like, yes.
Amazing.
She was like, I was in an aisle seat. And
No shame in that game.
no shame. Listen, if you haven't seen the show, the camera angles are at like Austin Powers level blocking.
Yes.
It is fucking excellent. It's almost comedic. There is a pan around at one point that goes like behind Ilya. We are looking straight into that man's butthole.
Yes.
It's so good. It is truly shocking. I'm like, holy shit. This is a decision that they've made.
Yeah.
But I've also watched interviews with the woman that is the intimacy coordinator on the show.
Oh, big role in movie productions like that.
She's so nice. Like, you can only imagine, like, how intimidating it must be to be a young, relatively unknown actor.
Yeah.
This is one of your first, like, bigger roles, and you've been told to do the most vulnerable things in front of a whole set full of people.
Yeah.
And she talks about the intimacy garments and how they kind of take some skill to wear them.
That was such a sweet sigh.
I mean, oh, twist my arm. We have to talk about the book some more now. So, picking right back up where we left off, we are careening forward now. They spend some time apart, again, with the brewing of feelings. Ilya sees Shane on ESPN.
Oh, is this when they have the like little piece on him?
Yeah.
And it's like, here's what he does in the off season.
Right.
Here's the lovely cottage that he built to be next to his parents. Here's him kayaking.
Here's him doing yoga on the dock.
Yeah.
And of course, Ilya is just riveted and sits and watches the whole thing.
Oh, he's making fun of Shane in his head the whole time, but he's really not.
I love the probably have a boring house with your boring white and your boring polo and your boring gray bedroom. It made me just chuckle. Poor guy.
As he's watching this, Ilya is like, oh God, I'm a smitten kitten.
Mm-hmm. His awareness is very good.
Yes. Ilya is starting to just be like, I'm fucked. The next time we see them together, they are actually at Ilya's apartment. Again, Shane is like, oh God, people are gonna find out that I'm here. Like, I'm showing up to his house, freaking out. Like, we should probably call it off. Now they have really crossed a line. This is the first time Shane and Ilya are together at one of their actual places of living. Ilya has been to Shane's fuck pad, his building that he bought for them. That doesn't count.
No.
It's not where he lives. I would like to point out that the artwork hanging in the living room in Ilya's house in the TV show, if you look at it closely, when they sit down on the sofa in front of it, it is their team's colors mashed up together, and it is directly above where their heads are.
Oh, my God.
Yep. There is speculation on whether or not he had that artwork commissioned on purpose in the canon of it all. Anyhow, this is the first time they are in this intimate space together. Shane's headspace is freakout.com. Shane came in strong in his head. He was like, no, we're going to just stop this right here. We're not going to go any further. Ilya grabs him and starts like furiously making out with him. And Shane's brain is just bing out the window. Yep. Gone. Absolutely gone.
Who's he kidding?
I know. Baby boy, just give in. Oh my God. Ilya asked Shane to ride him so that Ilya can look at him while he fucks him.
So hot.
So hot.
I love it
so hot. So hot. I think we should have our sexy stud read it for us.
Yes.
Please.
2 sexy studs.
I'd like to look at you tonight, I think. You on top? Rozanov asked. Okay, Shane said, but the request made him nervous. Usually Rozanov just took him from behind, on a bed, or against a wall. Shane could pretend he was pretending, but Rozanov was someone else that way. Shane quickly pulled off the rest of his clothing. Rozanov took a moment to raise an eyebrow at Shane's rigid, untouched cock. Shane blushed. Shut up, he muttered. Rozanov grinned and scooted back on the bed, naked and sprawled out with his hands behind his head. Shane couldn't help but grin back. This was so fucking weird. But maybe they could just pretend it wasn't, for an hour or so. Maybe they could just be two guys who wanted to have sex. Rozanov slapped his own thighs, an invitation, and Shane went to him. Later, when they were fucking, Shane braced himself with a hand flat on Rozanov's chest. Rozanov covered that hand with his own, which surprised Shane. Rozanov never took his eyes off his face, except to watch when Shane started stroking himself. Shane saw the glazed look in his eyes and the way his mouth was hanging open, and he rode him harder. Fuck, Rozanov grunted, and without warning, he flipped them both over so he was on top, staring down at Shane as he held his legs and thrust into him wildly. His crucifix chain dangled between them, scraping Shane's chest. When Shane's orgasm hit him, it was hard and sudden. His release seemed endless, splashing his chest and even up to his throat. Yes, sweetheart, Rozanov panted, and Shane didn't even have a chance to be shocked by the pet name before Rozanov was coming to. When it was over, he dropped to his elbows over Shane and kissed him messily.
Okay, yeah, that was really hot.
Yeah. Just the scene of the dangling crucifix. really does it for me.
What a strange kink you have.
I don't like religious paraphernalia in any other context other than the item that is hanging on Ilya Rozanov's neck. Thank you very much.
All right.
They're facing each other and he's panicking. Ilya, I think, is at his tipping point. He's invested. He's a smitten kitten. This is our turning point for Ilya.
Well, the fact that they're at his place.
Right.
100%.
He's comfortable and he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. He even asks Shane to stay the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Shane's like, why?
Yeah.
Stay? I can't stay.
How is it so hot when he goes, do you want me to make you some food?
Yeah. He makes him comfort food. He pulls out ginger ale out of the fridge because he knows that that's what Shane drinks.
And Shane's like, how does he know this?
I know, but he's also having a moment. He's like, wow, maybe we do know each other better
Yeah.
than we think.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Don't you just love the idea of super masculine guys cooking?
What planet have you been on? Refer back to every fucking book we've read, and I'm like, I
I
love
know.
the alpha male who's bossy and then cuddles and makes me
know.
dinner. Hello.
Chef King. Refer back to our other episode where I hosted a whole book about a chef. Carrying on.
This interaction with the two of them now goes from the only thing I'm thinking about is fucking you. Thank you for letting me come inside your asshole. To now, like, very intimate, very getting to know each other. We've known each other for years. We've been in each other's hemisphere. We have all this chemistry. Let's sit down and have a meal. Let's drink our fizzy sodas together.
Shane even, like, in his head is like, this is so domestic.
Can we also talk about the moment where Shane has this paranoia and he thinks that the ginger ale could be poisoned? What the fuck? This poor fucking kid. He is so fucking crazy.
I don't remember that
I don't
part.
remember that either.
Similar to the like, oh God, they're going to have to pull us apart and the EMTs are going to have to come. Where he's like in this panic mode, part of his head, so bad that he's like, what if this is all just a trick and he's going to try and poison me with this ginger ale? No, 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 no. Read it again. It's fucking insane. My note on that is, this poor kid. God damn it, Shane. I just feel so bad for him. It's very domestic. It's very sweet. They sit on the sofa and they end up kind of getting all hot and heavy and making out and hand jobs again. And Ilya starts like running his fingers through Shane's hair.
Love that.
And Shane cannot fucking handle it.
Nope.
He is freaking out. Ilya is showing all of his cards that he is a smitten kitten.
And I think especially when Ilya has to step away to take a phone call and Shane is kind of left there to his own devices and to like fall down his own rabbit hole of a brain. He's like, oh, bad idea, gotta go. I'm feeling something for Ilya. This can't happen.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
When Ilya comes back at one point, he says, I forgot. There's a team meeting. And Ilya's like, huh, you forgot that there's a team meeting? Okay, Shane. And he lets him leave. Shane almost wants Ilya to stop him, but Ilya doesn't.
I feel like Ilya was almost a little bit offended.
Yeah. I'm doing a grand gesture here, and you're like, gotta go.
Yeah. I think he knew that Shane was freaking out.
Yes, because that's why he didn't write him off. He's just like, I think there was also disappointment that like, okay, not there yet. Fuck, all right.
Shane has obviously just been freaking out about this whole thing with Ilya. And then at this kind of exclusive party that he gets invited to that he does end up actually going to, which he doesn't do very often. He ends up meeting this movie star, Rose Landry, and they end up hitting it off.
Yeah, Shane's kind of excited. He goes, "Oh my God, I like a girl."
I know.
She was the first time he could talk easily with a girl.
Right.
And that, like, the conversation just flowed and he felt comfortable in her presence. And that was so unlike him. They
Right.
thought, like, oh, maybe I just needed to meet the right girl.
Yeah. So he's questioning all this stuff, like, maybe I'm not really gay. I don't know. Like, maybe I just need to find the right person. Yeah, no. They do end up fucking around a couple times, but yeah, it's not great. He's kind of not really admitting that things aren't going well.
But on the other side of the coin, Ilya's teammates are like, "Huh, check this out. Look what's in the gossip rags."
Yeah.
They're totally doing the, how did he end up with that hottie?
Can you imagine being Ilya in that moment
Yeah.
where you find out and you see a photo from paparazzi?
Yeah. You have feelings for someone, and then all of a sudden you see that someone with someone else.
Did you love, though, they were in the gym at the time and Ilya gets off of his, like, stationary bike or whatever he was doing and stubs his toe on something and is like, fuck, and fucking chucks his water bottle across the room and everybody's like, yo, Rosenoff, what's up? And he's like, nothing, I stubbed my toe.
Yeah. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Oh, his liar
Yeah.
told you that. Oh my God. I can only imagine. Like, he was a smitten kitten and now he's just sick to his stomach that maybe he's lost Shane. The emotional turmoil at that moment, like, he's obviously hiding it with anger, but like, oof.
Anger, and then also just like, all right, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a good time and go find somebody to fuck, basically.
Maybe a couple weeks have gone by. They play a game against each other. They are not texting with each other. This silence is particularly loud to Ilya. He is distinctly noting that Shane is not texting him because he's with Rose.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I gotta fucking go out and get some ass.
Yeah.
So he convinces his whole team to go out with him to a club. Of course, he's hot. He immediately finds this girl to make out with. He's there having a good time. Turns out Shane and Rose and her friends are also at the club. Shane starts seeing some of the Boston team there, and he's like, oh, fuck.
Well, he's already uncomfortable because he doesn't like going out to clubs. He
Yeah.
doesn't like dancing. When he hangs out with Rose and her entourage, he's like, oh, I am not the cool person here. He sees, like, maybe I should, do something about my wardrobe because I thought it looked okay, but oh, nope.
Yeah.
And then she's like, come dance with me on the dance floor.
I'm imagining how awkward that was.
Oh, God, I know. This is a really well shot scene in the show, I think. And just throwing that note out there. They did a really nice job with the strobe lighting and they slowed down the frames per second so that you feel this, like, I'm a little bit tipsy in the club feeling. It's beautiful. Really well done. Anyhow.
Shane is the first to see Ilya, and he is staring at him from across the dance floor, and he sees Ilya dancing with this beautiful, beautiful woman. And he's almost like kind of upset and hurt from what he's seeing, even though he's there with a woman he's dating.
Yep.
But when Ilya catches and sees Shane looking at him, he looks at the girl he's dancing with and asks her to go home with them.
I kind of felt bad for Ilya then because she's like, oh, sorry, my boyfriend's here. He just really likes to watch.
Yeah.
Ilya's like, fuck this.
Yeah, he was fucking pissed. He goes home alone. He doesn't try to find another girl, which honestly surprised me, being who he is.
That's a marker right there of just how he's changed and how affected he is.
It's true. He ends up going back alone, whacking off alone in the shower.
Yeah, angry jerking off is never a good thing. So ultimately, the relationship between Shane and Rose fizzles pretty quick. Rose invites Shane out to dinner and they're sitting there talking, and Rose quickly divulges that, yeah, I really think I'm not your type.
She did a really nice job, softly, respectfully
With kindness.
coaching him
Yeah.
with this conversation. Very sweet, very kind. I loved Rose.
I think she really gave him the safe space to finally say it out loud to somebody.
We need more people like her in the world.
Yes.
This was a really huge moment, very quietly done. I felt such a relief coming off of Shane.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, it wasn't just about his sexuality. It was about that he was falling in love with Ilya.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
Rose asked about, is there anyone in particular? And that's when Shane went, yes, there is. So this is his come to Jesus moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like dick in my butt and I like Ilya.
He's like, well, I think I prefer to be the hole and not the peg.
Yes,
I
that
loved
was great.
that.
I chuckled out loud at that.
It was so
Yeah.
good. I couldn't even believe that he was comfortable enough to even say that to her and admit that, but I was so excited for him because I'm just like, oh my God, this whole time he has had to keep this to himself. This has been years of him
Yeah.
thinking that he's gay. This is such a huge moment for him. This is the first time he has told somebody outside his head that he is gay and he's a bottom to
Yeah.
top it all off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy shit. It was just like a weight lifted. Yay, confetti for that. The next time that we get to see them together is at the All-Star game in Tampa Bay in 2017. Finally, the
Yep.
NHL has agreed to put them on the same team.
Yeah.
Yay! Everybody's making such a big deal about it. Well, Rosenoff and Hollander finally put down their differences and compete together on the same team.
And this has been legit radio silence between the two of them for 2 months.
Yes. Panic from Ilya. He's kind of freaking out about seeing Shane.
Mm-hmm.
He's freaking out that maybe Rose is coming to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Maybe he's brought her. Holy fuck.
And it doesn't even sound like a panic in his inner monologue. It's more like a resigned, oh, fine, that's the path they're going to be on? All right.
Well, I feel like he's doing that to keep his guard up.
Yes.
Right? Like-
Exactly.
He's not allowing himself to get so angry and emotional about it because he can't afford that. It's too much. It's too painful. Shane walks into the bar and Ilya's already sitting at the bar and he has to order another drink because he's like, I need something to do with my hands.
When he notices Shane,
Yes.
oh, Shane looks a tad bit different.
Yeah.
Crisp linen shirt, a nice watch. He looks like he's the millionaire hockey player that he actually is. All Ilya can think of is, I wonder if Rose gave him a makeover.
Right. Oh my God. So Shane sits down next to him and is like, oh, hey, we're playing on the same team now. And he's like, yeah, well, so, did you bring anybody? I just love that he just could not contain himself. He had to know if Rose was there immediately. He doesn't even think of Rose.
Yeah.
He immediately starts talking about how his parents are not there. I love the note in the book about how throughout this conversation so far, Ilya's kind of noting that the use of the past tense with Rose.
Mm-hmm. As we all do when we're mining for information.
So, like, even with his tenuous hold on the English language, he's still grasping at this, oh my God, this feeling in my stomach watching this, because you just know Ilya is like, "Huh," this whole time. And Shane says, hey, I need to tell you something. You promise not to laugh at me. The Rolodex of insanity that goes through Ilya's brain, that's like, he's getting married, they're having a kid, something's happening with them. And Shane's like, I got a personal stylist. Sweet Ilya, the relief. He just starts roaring laughter. And he's like, stop, don't make fun of me, whatever.
Ilya finally tightens his britches and says, well, what about Rose?
Yeah.
Just blatantly comes out and asks him.
Because now he's feeling a little bit better. Right.
Yeah.
Shane's basically like, yeah, we weren't compatible. And I just loved Ilya's like, compatible. Okay. And you can tell that he's like, gonna Google it later. They go their separate ways and continue on with their day.
Mm-hmm.
They were so compatible with each other on the ice during the game.
Oh my God.
The remark that like felt bad for the other teammates because they just weren't getting the opportunity.
Because they were like mind reading, basically.
Yeah.
This is the first time they've been able to play together.
Yeah.
And that they just realized that they had this like intuitive feeling, and playing together was just so natural. Oh my God. I was so happy for them.
At one point, Shane scores, and Ilya goes ahead and kisses him on the cheek. And to anybody else, it just seems like Ilya being Ilya. Nothing to it. And Shane's like, huh? He's like, good score.
He's like, good assist.
It was really, really cute to see them together doing that and just still gelling at the game they love too.
I was already picturing into the future someday when they could be training young kids.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, so cute.
Coaches as older men.
Oh my God. So after the game, everybody's out partying, but not Shane. He just wants to go for a walk.
Yeah.
And he ends up sitting on the beach. And as he's sitting there, somebody comes and sits next to him.
Oh, who could it be?
Found you.
No.
You guys, he was out looking for him.
God. Fuck me.
Wow. You are so cute.
Oh, but then Shane kind of dampens everything and he's like, hey, well, can we talk somewhere private? And Ilya gives him his room number. Ilya has made a move at that point, though. They little rub thumbs in the sand.
And I love the fact that Ilya, who's always so snarky and everything, is always the one who's doing small little gestures.
Yes.
Rubbing of the thumbs together. When they were presenting at the awards, he put his hand on his back, but then ran his fingers down Shane's neck. When they were giving the water bottle back and forth,
Yes.
it was Ilya's finger who was rubbing across Shane's finger. All these little things make you think, damn, Ilya from minute one has always had a little bit of care for Shane.
Absolutely. And that's his strength.
Yes.
Right there. And that's also the dominance, too. It's a very power-forward kind of move.
Interesting, because I was also thinking it doesn't need language.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
Doesn't have to worry about making a mistake in English.
Beautiful analogy. You're saying everything you're feeling through those gestures. Oh, that's a nail on the head right there, Lex. So intuitive.
100%, Lex. I haven't watched any videos about that, actually, at all.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Shane goes to Ilya's room, and he just, like, storms in and sits on the edge of the bed and puts his head in his hands. And Ilya's like, whoa, okay, this is really serious. And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, no, not really, but, like, for me, yeah. Poor guy. And he basically proceeds to tell Ilya that he's gay.
Yeah.
I know.
Of course, Ilya's like, yeah, so what? You're gay. I kind of thought when you were sucking my dick that you might be a little bit gay. Fucking asshole. Shane's like, well, yeah, this is a big deal. Like, for me, like, come on. And then Ilya's finally like, all right. Sits down next to him.
Shane says, tell me it's not just me, that the last time we were together, you felt that what we have is more. And Ilya's like, I felt it too, but I'm not gay. I can't. I'll never be able to go home to Russia. Us can't happen.
Yeah.
So while Ilya is saying we can never happen, by the end of this conversation, he's kissing Shane's fingertips one by one.
Yeah.
When they say goodbye, Ilya says, goodbye, Shane.
Ugh, that killed me.
Killed. But it is noteworthy to Shane when Ilya uses his first name. Even though this isn't the first time it's happened, despite what he is saying about how they can't be together, Ilya is still a smitten kitten. They have gone into this new level now where, for the first time ever, they are texting each other about things that are not just, where's your room? When are we going to meet up?
I love this so much that they like actually text each other about games that they're watching.
Yeah. So it's 2017 now. This is the first time that they're allowing themselves to be friends with each other.
Mhm.
Fuck this fucking world for making it so that people can't be together who love each other. This made me so mad and so happy at the same time. Good God.
Thank God that there are things like this book, and we've read some other books too, where we are having these conversations, because every time we have these conversations, it changes the world just a little bit more.
Right. Did you hear about the NHL player that came out because of the book?
No, but that makes me so happy.
Yeah. Even if this book only impacted that one person, it would be enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Rachel Reid should be so fucking proud of the impact that she's had on culture.
Yep. And let's see it happen not just there, but in other sports, other industries. Like, it shouldn't fucking matter.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't change
No.
how you play. It doesn't change how you work.
There's a big moment that ends up happening. Shane overhears some of his teammates saying that Ilya did not show up to the game that he was supposed to be going to. Shane's like, oh, did he take a separate flight? And they're like, no, he didn't show up. Shane makes a bold move. For the first time, Shane calls Ilya.
Mm-hmm.
The timeline of this book is wild to me. Joey, are you satisfied with the slow burn now? I know you don't like insta-love. This is the slowest burn we've ever had.
Well, because you get the sex. You didn't have to wait around for the sex. It's slow burn on this one is the love, as opposed to usually where you get the pining and it takes forever to have the sex.
But when you think about the actual amount of times these two were in the same room with each other, the amount of conversations that they had, if we add it up, it's probably 30 times. But it was 30 times over 10 years.
Yeah, you're right. But it allows for a lot of interspersed thinking about each other.
Oh, so much pining.
Pining.
Yes.
That's this entire book.
Yes.
Sex, hockey, and pining.
So he calls Ilya, and Ilya actually answers and tells him that he's in Moscow and his father has died. Shane reminds him that he is there to talk if he ever needs anything. A few days later, Ilya takes him up on it, and he calls him.
Yeah.
This scene got to me a little bit.
Yeah.
This was my...
And if this scene got to you in the book, wait till you watch it in the fucking show. They wrote a whole monologue The Russian that is discussed in the book is spoken by Connor Story, who is a Texan and learned Russian for this to the extent that he was asked questions on set by other Russians in Russian because they thought he was Russian. Okay? This is the level we're at with Connor Story. This is another reason why I'm obsessed with him, because he's a language nut. So hot. I'm sure there's a word for somebody who's good at languages.
Shane says, hey, you can talk to me. And Ilya is very upset. He's emotional, a lot of things happening, and he's having a very tough time getting his words together in English. So Shane gets the brilliant idea. Okay, well, let's get this off your chest. I'm not going to understand what you're saying, but let it all out. Give it to me in Russian.
I love this.
It's so sweet.
And Ilya in his head's like, he trusts him that he's not going to Google it. He just goes with it.
He admits that he loves him.
Yeah.
In this conversation in Russian, he says,
I'm pretty sure that I'm in love with you.
and I don't know what to do about it. Oh my God. Doesn't matter that it's in Russian. He said it out loud.
So it's real for him now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel again that there's this weight lifted. The train is moving faster and faster at this point, and that feeling of like culmination is building. It's just so magical. Oh, this is why we read books, y'all. No! Ilya basically then hangs up the phone and he's like, oh, well, I do feel better. Go order a coffee now. Carry on with my day after pouring out my fucking heart. I think that Ilya feels 1,000,000 pounds lighter. Like, it did the trick. And Shane doesn't know what he said, but he knows that, like, he's never heard Ilya speak so passionately before. And so much either.
And just the little tidbits of Shane saying, I'd love you to teach me Russian.
Yeah.
That to me was just like another way of Shane saying, I want something else that brings me closer to you.
Yes.
The day before Ilya is to leave Moscow, he has been trying to get Shane to video call with him to do naughty, naughty things.
Love it.
So Ilya takes the initiative and video calls Shane. All of a sudden, Shane pops up on camera and he's wearing these glasses. And Ilya loses it. He loves these glasses. He's like, oh my God, look at you. And Shane's like, oh, well, this is just something new.
But he quickly takes them off.
Uh-huh.
Like, thinking he's embarrassed. And Ilya's like, nope, back on. He's like, I'd like to see you wearing just those glasses, actually. Love it.
Ilya, without much force, talks Shane into masturbating on camera with him. This is the best part. This is where it really started to get sweet. So they have the camera set on their bodies as they're stroking themselves. And in the middle of it, Shane says to Ilya, hey, Ilya, I think I'd rather see your face.
Oh my God.
And
I love
Ilya's
it.
like, thank God the camera was not on my face, because he was beaming from what Shane said to him. I was like, oh, with my tissues. But then all of a sudden, the sweet words start to pour out. Ilya says how much he loves Shane's freckles. What does he say? Like,
what is it? Take my breath? Yes. Oh, it's so cute. And Shane is like stomach flip-flopping.
Because he was always embarrassed about them. Ilya's called him beautiful before, and Shane had been called like a pretty boy a few times in his lifetime and didn't like it, but he likes being called beautiful by Ilya.
And then Ilya, of course, saying, oh, you always want the spotlight. I want it too. So he's trying to solicit kind of the same things out of Shane. Yeah, Shane's a little awkward. But he finally kind of admits, oh, I love your crooked smile.
Mm-hmm.
I love all these things about you.
It's so romantic. This
It's
whole scene.
very sweet.
I do want to note, though, I think it might have been just before this, but Shane actually invited him to his cottage,
Yeah.
which is a really, really big deal. And Shane has this moment where he realizes that he wants Ilya to be his boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it also really stuck out to me because in the show, that's not how that conversation goes. They did make a decision in the screenplay to have it only be asked once.
But the first time in the book was definitely in passing.
Right. But it's a big deal. And that's why I think they made such a good decision on the show to cut that.
I think it feels more powerful when it's that one time,
Yes.
especially where they've only ever been to Ilya's penthouse
Right.
and never necessarily been to anywhere Shane lives.
Exactly. It's a really big deal.
Mm.
So the fact that it gets so subtly dropped in is kind of funky to me.
I read it as he was feeling him out.
He was.
Being like, you could always come to the cottage.
April 2017. We're in 2017 now. We're in Montreal. Shane and Ilya are playing a match against each other. They are smiling the whole time. It's like nobody else is on the ice except for them. They're having a great time competing against each other.
And they're all excited because they're going to meet up with each other after the game.
And then Shane gets rocked by another player, completely knocked out, laid out on the ice, not moving.
Yeah.
The paramedics come out and they actually take him away on a stretcher.
Yeah.
Ilya is shouting at them, "Is he okay? Is he okay?"
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Rosanov, get the fuck out of here." They're pushing him away and they're like, "Rosanov, go back to your fucking bench." Shane's like, "No, tell him he'll be okay. Tell him he'll be." And they're like, yeah, we're notifying your parents. He's like, "No, tell him he'll be okay." I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ilya was just ready to open it all up at that point,
Yep.
I feel. Terrifying. You can only imagine what's going through his head at this point. He's seeing this person that he loves lying motionless on the ice.
Yeah.
He's probably freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even if he's alive, it's like, okay, did he have any spinal injuries? Does this mean he's down for the count forever? So many things to worry about.
The entire night, Ilya doesn't sleep one stinking bit. He is all over the sports websites trying to see if there's any update on Shane. He's panicking. Finally, the next day, he can go see him at the hospital.
It killed me that, he couldn't even contact a friend on the other team to be like, how is he? Is he okay? Because they're not supposed to even be friends.
Right. They're supposed to hate each other.
Ilya's initial intent was at the end of the night before, after him and Shane were going to be together, Ilya was going to end it because it's just starting to get too hard. But after seeing Shane hurt, it's a whole nother story now. Shane's a little doped up on some really good drugs and some really good painkillers. Ilya goes over, puts his hand on Shane's arm, and they really have an intimate moment. Shane looks at him and says, "Come to the cottage. We can be together. Nobody else has to be there, just the two of us. We can have some alone time." And Ilya, instead of calling anything off, just looks at Shane and says, "Maybe." Then a nurse walks in the room, and everything is just quickly doused.
Did you love how the nurse was like, "Are you trying to put a pillow over his face there, Rosanov?"
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Wow, that's really nice of the Boston team captain to go see him."
But that's generally what would
Right?
happen. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
the captain would go see the injured player.
Yes.
They have no real ill intent towards each other.
No.
They're
Right.
just playing their game.
Right. In the show, the heart rate monitor shows Shane's heart rate at 81, which I believe is Ilya's number.
Oh my God.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, it was lower before.
I thought that's where you were going with.
It was lower before Ilya comes into the room, and that it increases when he comes
Up
into
to
the
his
room.
number?
Up to his number.
Oh my God.
I believe. I have to double check that, but yes. Oh no, I have to watch it again. Oh,
You have to reheat it?
I gotta reheat it. Yeah.
Birdie,
Yeah.
what is this unsanitary looking thing
Oh my God.
that you have made?
This is the most lewd cocktail we've ever had. Joey demanded another cocktail, so I delivered. But I have to tell you, I was so intrigued because I saw, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but Stephen Fingar on Instagram.
Mhm.
Stephen Fingar. I gotta tell you, Stephen makes the coconut cream rim look
Yep.
easy. It's very difficult to achieve the look of effortless cum over a glass, let me tell you.
We have learned in the photo industry there's no such thing as it's effortless. It takes 6 hours to make that thing look effortless.
No doubt this guy probably did it about 16 times because it was really difficult to make it look as good as I made ours, and ours doesn't look that good. Anyhow, today we are drinking the Shane Hollander Montreal Mule.
Oh my
And everybody swallowed.
Oh! Do you really want this recipe? Are you demented in the head?
Yes.
Make sure you go to the Lusty Library podcast.com. Go to that recipes tab and you can see this fucking concoction.
Or if you're following us on Instagram or Facebook, I'm going to link the person who did the recipe. Oh my God, this is so stupid.
Stupidly awesome.
Thank you, Birdie.
You're welcome.
I shouldn't have asked for a second cocktail.
Because you got a real cocktail this time.
Oh, everybody's a comedian.
Careful what you wish for.
Shane's pretty banged up. His season's done. Unfortunately, without him being on the ice, Montreal doesn't fare well in the playoffs. They're out. They're done. Shane, because he can't be alone, even though all Ilya wanted to do was tell Shane, no, I'll come live at your house. I'll take care of you. I'll cook you lunches. I will carry you around the house. He couldn't. Ilya can't be there to help Shane through this process, so Shane goes to his parents' house.
Think about that for a second. Like, we're almost glazing over it, but God damn it, that must be so hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet little domestic boy. All he wanted to do was take care of his little sub. Oh.
So Shane and his family are watching the playoffs. Shane hasn't heard from Ilya a lot, knowing he's focusing. He wants to win the Stanley Cup. Unfortunately, it then ends for the Boston Bears. They're out of contention. Shane and Ilya have been texting back and forth, and they're watching the Stanley Cup game.
They're watching it kind of like they're together.
Yeah.
They're watching their pal Scott Hunter on the New York team play, and they win. Ilya always jokes like, Scott Hunter is like 100 years old. He's old man. He's boring. But are you laughing at my Russian accent?
No, I just love it.
Oh, you love my Russian accent?
Yes, I love the whole thing. Just keep going.
Okay, great.
These are laughter of joy.
He wins the cup. He's carrying it around. Scott, so happy, all the banter about, do you think he's going to drink tea out of the cup? He is so boring. That's what he's going to drink out of it. Then something strange starts to happen right as Ilya is about to shut the TV off. Scott starts motioning to the crowd to have somebody come down to the ice. All the other team members have their family members out on the ice. They're all hugging, celebrating, kissing. And down comes this sweet little man onto the ice. He's walking out to the middle of the ice with Scott, and they're like texting each other. What is he doing? What the fuck is Scott doing? Who is that?
You're giving the dramatic TV adaptation of what happens because
Yes.
basically in the book, all of a sudden they look on screen and they're like, oh shit, Scott Hunter's kissing a guy.
Exactly.
That's all
Yep.
it is.
Okay,
in our
right.
view.
God, I really think the screenplay was so well done for this. Can you tell? This is a huge fucking moment. It deserves the drama that it received on the show.
Well, if you read book 1, you would have read
You would have
probably
gotten it.
that.
Well, right, right.
But in
this is
this
book
one-
2.
But the texting and the drama and the angles and the sweeping panoramas that they give in the show builds this feeling of anticipation so much more than the book.
Well, but I enjoyed, since I've only read the book,
Yeah.
the complete sideswipe of,
oh, shit.
look at that. So you feel the surprise that they feel. Like, holy shit, it's not just us.
Okay.
I can't believe he did that. Having that surprise and then the shock for them being like, what does that even mean for us?
Shane just keeps texting Ilya. Oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God, did that really happen? Oh my God, what is going on? All these texts coming out of Shane. And Ilya doesn't say anything.
He calls Shane. Shane answers and he's like, hey, what is happening? And he just starts talking and Ilya doesn't say anything and he just goes to, I'm coming to the cottage.
It's so good. So yeah, I love the shock of it.
So this was my first exposure to it was the show, not the book. I was watching the show at 10 o'clock at my friend's house. Thank God it wasn't at my house with my toddler sleeping because I jumped up and screamed. I jumped out of my seat and squealed with joy. Do you know there are people who have gone so deep with this? There's a woman who made a I'm coming to the cottage quilt.
Unsurprised.
I love it so much. I fucking love it. I'm coming to the cottage.
Ilya's going to the cottage
Oh my God.
for 2 weeks.
For 2 fucking weeks.
Do you feel like we've talked about the entire book?
I mean, no, we haven't talked about the fucking cottage, but you know what? If you want to know more about the cottage, you're gonna
Read
have to read the fucking book. Oh my God, the goddamn cottage.
A lot happens at the cottage.
A lot. There are 4 remaining chapters to the book, or maybe 3 in the book at that point.
This will be the first time that they spend uninterrupted time with each other
Yeah.
in the same confined space for consecutive days.
Yep. Up in Ottawa.
Yeah.
This made me want to go to Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that the Ottawa Tourism Council's Instagram?
God, so you're fucking killing me. You're fucking killing me.
I don't think it says it anymore, but the Ottawa Tourism Council's Instagram for a while said, Ottawa, birthplace of Shane Hollander on their fucking Instagram account. Can you believe it? And McGill University was milking
Oh
it
my
also.
God, just one time.
Mc-
Shane's father went to McGill.
yes, and it said,
One time in the entire fucking book or television show.
and McGill University changed their Instagram description to say, alma mater of Shane Hollander's dad.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Amazing.
actually a really good school, which is like the quote from the book or whatever. Fucking amazing.
Hey,
Amazing. The zeitgeist for this is so massive.
it's mind-boggling to me. Like, this is not a new genre in romance.
No.
Like, there is a cult following for hockey romance.
If you are listening to this episode and this is your first hockey romance, welcome to the fucking club, my friends. But also, if this is your first male-male romance, fucking what took you so long? Now you know the shit that we've been loving this whole time. Why do we love it? The drama, the forbidden nature, the love is so much more hard-earned. It is so special.
Yes, and I think that's the thing that I most love. They have to overcome so much to be together.
Yeah.
It gives this other level of satisfaction and romance to the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is so much more romantic to say, I will defy what society is telling me to be, and I will do things that put me in danger for you. Oh my God. And this is not our first male sports book. We also read For the Fans, which, yes, there's a little bit of drama about them being stepbrothers, but honestly, it's only for part of the book. May I remind everybody that stepbrothers does not mean you are blood related, but
No.
also go read that book. If you're looking for more male, romantic, sports-oriented things to carry you on until season 2 drops, until Rachel Reid's new book drops, go read For the Fans. Go listen to our episode. It's fucking amazing.
That book gave me the tingles.
I don't know when is an appropriate time to talk about this, but I will say I've had to pick apart my opinions. But if it were not for the show, I would not have liked the book as much.
Interesting, because I haven't watched the show yet, and I really enjoyed the book.
That's great.
The romance is really sweet.
Yeah.
See, I can't wait to get to the ratings part because I feel like all of a sudden I am the plot twist for this book.
You are.
And it's usually not me, and that's kind of weird.
And maybe Joey's going to throw us a curveball. I'm sure there's a word for that.
Wrong sport. Wrong sport. Wrong sport.
So let's put some numbers to this shit. How does it compare to other male books we've read? Let's find out. I can't fucking wait. Oh my God. Before we get into this, did you know that there's a character limit in the Google Notes app?
I'm sorry, what?
Uh-huh.
Is that why your notes get a little fuzzy at the end?
No. Well, it's because I have a toddler and I only got through the book 1.5 times with my full brain. So usually I write my notes in Google Keep. I was doing my voice to text notes one day for this book, and then it was like, bonk, 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 you have hit the character limit for this. And I was like, oh my God, this book did it. We finally did it. There's a fucking character limit. So I had to switch over to Google Docs on my phone. Oh my God. Anyways, I'm such a nerd. Let's talk about the romance. You can give this book 1 to 5 roses. Let's put a number on it. Joey, I'm looking at you.
All right, so I'm going to duck down a little bit in my chair because I feel like today I'm taking up a different mantle than what I normally do. For the romance, I'm giving this book a 3.5.
What? What?
I'm shocked.
Really?
I got the sense you were going to go a little lower, but
This book was definitely lust-fueled. It began with the lust that turned into love. It turned into love with the two of them really not knowing each other really well. I'm sorry. The amount of times they were together, I know there were probably side conversations that are not listed in the book, but for me, from my perspective, when I sat back as an armchair right-winger, I'm just like, your exposure to each other was not a lot. You only knew from those small instances. It was lust that turned into love. The first time they spent consecutive time together was at the cottage. That's when they admitted their love, but it wasn't created there. Their love was created earlier without really knowing each other. So to me, this ended up being really romance heavy at the end, but that's where the 3.5 came in because I didn't really feel the romance in the beginning. I thought there were sweet little gestures, but it wasn't love to me. So I'm coming in at a 3.5. I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
no, I appreciate your take on it. Do you see me sitting here with my mouth open, nodding?
You're a better person than me because I would have just been yelling at you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's a really interesting take, Joey. Thank you for your words. Thank you. All right, moving on. Lex.
I'm on the other end. I'm going with a 4.5, and I almost completely disagree with you. I think it's more romantic because it started with lust and then it morphed into friendship followed by romance. To me, that's one of the most romantic things, is when you can have it grow beyond the lust. Everything's always hot and sexy in the beginning, and where do you go from there? And how do you still be in love after years and years? I love that Ilya says he's tried all kinds of things, and this is his person that he chooses. Shane gets to be fully who he is because of his exploration with Ilya. I find it super romantic, and so I'm going 4.5. It's not a 5 because it did take so long for them to get to know each other.
Yeah. I think that I am leaning very much closer to your thoughts, Lex. To me, the definition of romance is not necessarily love. Like, a lot of the romantic things to me were stocking the fridge with ginger ale, buying the building, which is kind of a lust move,
That's a lust move all the way.
but it's also kind of romantic at the same time.
No, that's a I don't want to get caught having sex with a dude sort of move.
Getting past your own fear of talking to somebody and instead of texting, calling to see if somebody's okay.
Right. The visit at the hospital, which granted is very much later, but I think that there are a lot of small romantic gestures that happen that made me go like, oh my God, they're so cute. So I found it to be very, very, very sweet. It was not as much love as we've gotten in other books. You're right, Joey, because like it doesn't start until later. The fact that we do have to wait until like almost the last chapter for them to finally say, holy shit, they're out in the open and they can admit in actual words out loud to each other that they love each other. And it's not even until after that that they even have the moment where they talk about, well, are we boyfriends? Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe yes, we are. Oh, okay.
Such a little word.
So much happens that we haven't talked about. Oh my God, we could be here for another 5 fucking hours. The hot and the cold did throw me for a loop. I don't like that feeling, and I was a little bit protective of Shane in that regard. So I think a 4.5, 4.75, I don't know. And maybe I'm mushing the show together a little bit more with the book, but I think like a 4.5 is a solid, solid place where I am in my head with it. All right, let's talk about the smut. You can give this 1 to 5 water drops. How many drops are you going to give this, Lex? Is this making your panties wet?
It's a solid 3. There's sex in it, yes. Some of it is hot, but it's not like super, super steamy hot. I was more about the relationship and the romance aspect than I was the sex in this. Even with Ilya being a little bit dominant, it wasn't as as I like, you know. I don't know what I was wanting, maybe just a little bit dirtier sex, but that's just me. For a lot of people, this is already going to be way outside of their comfort zone.
Oh my God, yes.
You know, I think the hottest sex in this book for me was when he makes Shane face him.
Oh my God, yes.
That's so good. And also the watching him.
Which is like child's play for us.
Right. But the relationship made that sex hotter. But if you took the relationship away from all the sex, I'd be like, it's all kind of pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So very solid 3 from me.
I need a favor.
Uh-huh.
Lex, could you just say that all over again in my really thick Boston accent in a little bit deeper tone? Please, thank you. Everything Lex said.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm coming in at a 3.
Yeah. I'm coming in at a 3.5 for the book. The show, I put it a 5, okay? The show is like softcore porn.
Yep.
It is fucking steamy as fuck. To have that 4D element,
Their chemistry flew off that screen.
My brain is not powerful enough to be able to conjure such detailed imagery. Yes, when you put it into full moving format, it is hot as fuck. The only thing that would have been better is if it was just a straight up fucking porno with full penetration. Honestly, I didn't even need it. It was so hot. But the book, for people like us who have been exposed to a substantial amount of sex and kink and are older in our years of experience of the sexual realm, yes, this is kind of vanilla for us.
And it's not even that it's vanilla. Rachel Reid's writing is beautiful. I like her writing style. It's very easy. It's very captivating. The sex scenes did not all of a sudden make me break out in goosebumps. When I can feel what's happening and literally my body temperature is raised from the words written or what I'm hearing in my ears, that is powerful. This just didn't have me going, ooh, rewind 15 seconds, rewind. Okay, fuck, let's just go back to the beginning of the chapter and do that again.
Right.
I wasn't left with those feelings.
The scenes weren't very long.
No.
There was a lot of inner monologue, but not inner monologue about the pressure that he could feel and the feelings and the like heart racing and like really putting you in that character's body, which is what does it, I think, generally in the other books that we've rated as a 5.
Yeah, I think you've hit it right there.
Good God, for the fans, that book is definitely a lot smuttier.
This one feels more wholesome. I mean, okay, we're talking about two dudes, but it's much more wholesome across the board.
It is, you're right. All right, let's talk about the story. You can give this 1 to 5 storybooks. Joey, where are you landing?
I'm at a 3.25. This was a hockey romance.
Yeah.
It was a hockey romance. Guess what? It was a hockey romance.
Yeah.
I do like some of the components about the inner league, the workings. I'm a sports fan. Am I a diehard sports fan? No. Am I a hometown kind of sports fan? Absolutely. Love watching the teams, have full understanding of all the sports out there. Rugby, that's next on my list, and that's just more for the hot men. It's a hockey romance. Not earth-shattering here. 3.25.
All right. Lex?
I'm going 3.75. I think it's like one of the best written hockey romances. And I could just like pull it out that it's not just a hockey romance. It's a good romance, period. Full stop. And I do like all the little hockey details she did put in.
Yes.
That tells me that she has a love for the sport. There's a reason why she said it in this setting. So 3.75.
I'm torn on this one because at times I'm having a hard time separating my obsession with the show and my thoughts on the book. If it were not for the show, I think I would be right there. Maybe like a 3.75. It's a hockey romance. There's nothing earth-shattering. I did really appreciate that there were no major miscommunication tropes because I fucking hate that.
Yep.
I thought the story moved along nicely and quickly, despite the fact that there were so many years in between all of the different chapters. I don't want to say that this is a bad rating by any stretch, but let's just be clear that we are talking specifically about the story. Yeah, it's a hockey romance about regular people. So 3.75. Yeah, that feels right. Overall, you can give this 1 to 5 eggplants. How many little eggplants are you going to give this? Lex?
I am giving it 4. When I put it all together, it's where it just feels right for me. It's a nice solid 4. I enjoyed it. It was much funnier than I thought it was going to be. And the fact that I want to go read the next one that she's going to release about them, that's what bumps it up to that 4 rating for me. If you can get me to want to read more of your series, then you've got me. And if you got me, then there's something there that did that. And I think it's just a combination of like really solid writing. You guys know how I will harp on little details and word choices. It can just kink up my brain so that I can't move forward. Didn't have that problem at all with this book. So, Rachel Reid, you're on my list. I like your writing. Thanks so much.
Love that.
Okay, so I'm coming in at a 3.5. My litmus test was the fact that I didn't immediately go download every other book within this series.
Ooh, yeah.
I really like Rachel's writing style, but I've read a lot like this. Male, female, male, male, within this same kind of scenario. It was well written. It was fun. I will tell you, as someone who read the book, then watched the series, then read the book again, the series did a phenomenal job of casting, chemistry. I mean, it was solid, and I love that they took a good quality book and actually made it great as a visual representation. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Is it something that's going to live rent-free in my head? Unfortunately not. Will I go to jump on the bandwagon and maybe read the second Shane and Ilya book that's already out? Maybe. Will I go and read the new Shane and Ilya book that comes out? Maybe. I have 300 current audiobooks that I own to be read, and I'm not chomping at the bit to read this entire series. So really solid for me. I enjoyed it. 3.5.
Joey, I couldn't agree with you more in terms of the sentiment. I think I'm feeling a 4. I will be reading the other books about Shane and Ilya. Whether or not that is because of the show is to be determined. This is the best book-to-film adaptation that I have almost ever seen. It is so well done, the show. I can't even begin to tell you. If you've listened to both of these episodes now, you've been listening to me fucking talk a lot, and I still have so much more to talk about. Obviously, we're talking about the book in this podcast. We are not talking about the show. So what I didn't get into was the casting, the acting, the music, the fucking Foley work. Holy shit.
I love the fact that you think you didn't talk about the show. Because as much as you talked about the book, you talked about the show.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm trying to disseminate how you feel about everything, because every time we talked about something in the book, you related it to what happened in the show. Are you a diehard fan of the book, or are you a diehard fan of the show?
I don't think you have to be one or the other because the show wouldn't exist without the book anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true. But let me clear that up for sure. If the show had not existed, I would not have been as obsessed with this book. The book is good. I will give it a 4 overall. But I feel like she's squeezing a good 0.25 out of it because I can't pick apart my thoughts enough to separate from the show. I am trying really hard to. Obviously, the show gets like a fucking 6. Oh my God, I can't wait to watch it again. The cinematography, the editing, the Foley work. Did I already mention the Foley work?
You did.
Holy shit, the fucking Foley work. The sounds of them kissing. I know that that sounds disgusting, and most of the time it is, but on this show, it's perfect. And it is so hot. The lighting, the parallels that they do, the music choices was fucking, they took a book to a level that clearly.
I can't anymore.
What? It's so good.
Just put me out of my fucking misery.
I'm
put me out of my misery.
I mean, I'm a film nut. Let's not forget that I love movies.
yes,
I
great.
love the technical side of movies. I love everything
We
about
get it. You love movies. You love the show. Cinematography. I don't even know what the fuck Foley work is. Get it. Got it. Good.
Sound effects.
Thank you.
That's where I land. If you disagree, put it in the comments, folks. Come on down.
Put everything in the comments.
I know I yell and scream and whatever, but guess what? We all don't like freaking orange sherbet. And that's fucking okay to not like orange sherbet. Everything hits us in a very different manner. And this book hits us in a different manner. Like what you like and embrace the fucking shit out of it. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Just know I'll silently be judging you from the corner, but that's cool. That's how I show affection. I'm a Bostonian. What can I say?
All right. So, everybody, before you close out your app, before you close out and hit pause, whatever you're doing, we desperately need you, the listeners, to put reviews in. Put in a review for our podcast, please.
Hey, listen, we get it. I've written one review in my entire 29 years around this earth.
Really? With all the opinions you have?
Yeah, with all the opinions I have, because I'm like, people don't care what I have to say. But that's the only way we can get traction on this podcast. We see on our dashboards how many of you are listening, and we have a whole 28 reviews on Spotify and 17 reviews on Apple. That's not the amount of people downloading our episodes and fully listening to them. So we need you to support us and write a star, say how amazing we are, why you keep hitting play on every episode, so that we can get at the forefront and we can get new listeners and can continue to grow this podcast.
And we can quit our jobs and just do this for a living. Thank you.
And I just want it because I love praise.
Hey, Lex. I hear you're hosting an ever so special episode. What book did you pick?
I just have to say that I'm going to be bringing in a special guest for this episode. Folks, you'll have to tune in to see who it is, but we will be doing Bluebird Gold by Devney Perry. It's going to be so awesome. I can't wait. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I'm excited.
Get to reading.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. We really appreciate you. We love you so much. Bye.